Hello guys, I hope you are doing good. Let's solve the ninth problem in the series JavaScript problems for freshers or SDE1. Today we are going to implement a function that will convert a hex color to RGB. As a front-end developer, you work with the color codes a lot on the UI, so it is a common UI question. It is a common JavaScript question that you get asked, where you will be asked to implement a function that could take the hex color as an input and convert it to RGB or vice versa. So if you see the example, we have to take the hex. Hex is a string which is represented by starting with hash and then followed by 6 characters in the long form or 3 characters in the short form. In the short form, this 2f will become single f, this 2 3 become single 3, and then the last 2f will also become single f, so it will become f3f in the short form. Irrespective if you are given a short form or long form, you have to convert that to RGB. If you see, hexadecimal uses 16 unique symbols. The values from 0 to 9 are represented as it is in numeric format, but values between 10 to 15 are represented as alphabet characters from A to F in either capital case or small case. So let's try to implement this. We'll handle both the scenarios for the short form as well as for the long form. So let me create this function const hex to RGB. This will take the hex string as input, and then let's handle the long form first. So JavaScript has an inbuilt method parseInt that takes the radius and its input, and then it will parse the string to a numeric value with the radius and whatever input we give it to. So what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to get the two characters from the hex string, and then we are going to convert it to RG and B value. So because the string is starting with hash, so we are ignoring the first value in the string or the character at 0 at index. So R string will be hex string dot slice character starting from index 1 to 3, and then similarly G string will be hex string, and then we are going to slice character from 3 to 5, and then const B string will be hex string and dot slice 5 to 7. So we have 7 length of string in the full form of hex. So we are getting the first 2 characters. We are going from first character till second character. So we'll get the first 2 characters in R string, then 2 in G string, and then in B string. And then it will be converted to value. So const R equals to parse int, will parse R string and then the radius 16, because we are using hexadecimal over here. You can pass 2 for the binary, and similarly you can pass radix value to pass in to convert the strings to numeric values. Let's get G in the similar fashion. So parse int, and then it will take G string 16 and const B equals to parseInt B string and then 16, and then finally we'll return the R, G and B. To test this, let me get the example input from here, and then I'll do console.log, and to this hex to RGB, which is hex to RGB, and then we'll pass this string to it, and this should print the output as 255, 51 and 255. So if I run this, because we are having sample test cases, it is printing the expected output as well. So you see I given this input, my output was 255, 51 and 255, and this is what the expected output was there. So case 1 passes, but other two cases will fail because we are not directly accepting these values from the Node.js environment. We are hard coding and passing this value. And so this was a case where we have passed the similar characters. Let me go to this website and let me get this color code. So the color code over here is hash E91 E63, and the computed value for this will be RGB to 233, 30 and 99. So let's see if we are getting the same value 233, 30 and 99 in the output. I'll come here, I'll paste it, and then if I run this again, in the first case we should get 233, 30 and 99 as output. So it is working fine, our implementation. Now let's handle the case where we can handle the short form. So what I'm going to do is I'm add condition if hex.string dot length equals to 4, which means this is a short form. So in that case I'll just copy everything from here. I'll go and then I'll just get one characters. So 1 to 2, 2 to 3 and 3 to 4, and then here I'm going to concatenate them before parsing so that we can convert them to full form. So rstring plus rstring, similarly gstring plus gstring, and then bstring plus bstring, and now this should return the RGB value in the full form. So if I convert this f to a short form, so f3f, then again it should give us the right output of 255, 51 and 255. So if I run this, the case 1 should pass. See, we got pass, we got the same value 255, 51 and 255 because it has appended one string extra. Similarly for this E3E, if I run this, the case 2 should pass. So case 2 is passing 238, 51 and 238. If you are familiar with the Node.js environment, then you can use this test cases to run the cases, but I highly recommend don't bother about this. You can just code and then pass the example values and see the output, because that's what we majorly do during the interviews. We don't get an integrated environment to test. So if you are familiar with the uncertainties, it will be better for your interviews. I'll see you in the next question where we'll be implementing debouncing. Thank you.